What is going on, guys? My name is Frost, and today we're back in Destiny, talking about Destiny, because today was Wednesday, which is the day that Bungie released their live stream, which is actually funny. It kind of glitched out at the beginning. I'll leave a link to two videos. One is the Twitch live stream and past broadcasts, where you guys will be able to see that live stream, and then the other one is a Game Informer article that talks about that Bungie was legit listening the entire time. It also makes me feel bad for Luke Smith because he was the one that was probably listening the most, and he was the one that just got dookied on hard. Anyways, so we're gonna be talking about the live stream, and then we're gonna be talking about the opinions of some people about the live stream, and then we're gonna be talking about the year one trailer that Game Informer just released. Anyways, lots of stuff to talk about. But I would highly recommend you guys go watch the Twitch live stream right now before you watch this video, because I'm gonna try to stay away from being too wordy. I have a problem with that, where I'm trying to find words, so I'll just throw random words out, and it just gets confusing. So I'm just gonna be talking about the things I know, and not trying to, like, word them up. Be really simplified, pull up, like, point form, you know what I mean? Like, just okay. So anyways, yeah, they opened up the live stream with a glitch, the power went out, some shit. That's not what we're talking about. We're gonna talk about relics. So relics, we didn't really know anything about at all. We just knew that they were going to be an enhancement to the Guardian, but apparently they're like another piece of armor. They offer you light, but they also offer you stats, so it increases discipline, strength, or intellect. But also it gives you a unique perk that is going to boost. Well, I take that back. I'm not sure if it's gonna boost. We don't know because we haven't seen enough. But we do know it's gonna have a pretty good perk on it. For instance, the perks we've seen, where is it? If you get a melee kill, you're going to be able to drop an orb of light. It's like a fire melee kill, so it's specific to a Sunbreaker, for instance. But yeah, I think that's really cool. But the thing I'm curious to see is if they, like, a legendary version is like getting 3 precision kills drops an orb of light, because that would be like a legit awesome skill. And all around, I just like how they're just consistently pushing you to drop orbs of light. Like some of the new skills, some of the new exotic armor pieces revolving around you just like being an orb farm, just like dropping all of this power for your team. Really synergizing well, because if you've ever played on a team with a Sunsinger that knows what he's doing, you know that motherfucker makes it rain with orbs, and you can just super, like, 10 times. It's amazing. Okay, I just thought of something. Sorry, I was like, what else happened? I'm just blanked out. So one of the things I'm absolutely excited about is they reworked the Night Stalker's skill tree. Okay, sorry. Smoke Bomb makes you invisible. If Night Stalker wasn't already cool enough, he took the one thing that I love about Blade Dancers, and they only really appeal to a Blade Dancer to me, and he has that now. Except it can be accessed extremely easily, but also it can be shared among teammates. What? That is like the most survivability class out there. If you want a lone wolf player, people are like saying that the Night Stalker is so it's like a leader, like a pack. You know, he's a part of the pack. He makes sure the Guardians around him are alive and all that kind of stuff. You know, they call him a trapper class, but I've also heard him as being like a buff class, like trying to buff your teammates. I think that's the opposite. I think this character is the most lone wolf character we've gotten so far. Out of all the subclasses, even Defender Titan, he's by far, to me, the most lone wolf character ever. He can go invisible just by throwing a grenade at his feet. He can also use that to spore his teammates if he wants. You can increase the duration of that effect, because that's another perk in the skill tree. It's kind of like a random buff. It increases grenades and smoke bomb duration, so that would, I would imagine that would increase your invisibility. But to me, like in PvP, for instance, if you threw that right at the beginning before the map came up, everyone would be invisible, and they'd be able to get just a massive drop on the enemy. Like snipers would have a hard time seeing them. It would, I know Blink, or invisibility, sorry, is not like complete invisibility, but it makes it enough to where you don't know exactly where the critical point is on like the head of a Guardian or something like that. Or say you're getting just riddled with bullets, you throw a smoke bomb at the ground and then you're done. And this makes it so great for the, again, one of the weapons that is coming to year 2 is the, are you kidding me? Monte Carlo, there we go, I remembered it. The Monte Carlo, and that has a chance on, if you get a kill, it has a chance to instantly reload your melee, or no, it regenerates your melee when you are causing damage, which is insane. You'll be able to just throw these things forever. But also, the first augment to the skill you have makes you do damage. So imagine just like being able to whip these damaged smoke bombs everywhere and just causing like just chaos. Just but also tethering your bow actually looks really good. I'm not sure how the damage is on it. There's a couple perks that allow you to throw it twice or pull back the bow twice, which I'm not 100% on that if that's powerful. Like we seen some gameplay in the Twitch video, but it didn't seem like the damage was crazy. It kind of just seemed like it was like you could kill a Thrall. That's it. But I don't know. We have to see more, of course. But as of the other classes, I'm pretty sure none of the other classes changed too much. There is one negative though. Whereas Shade Step, I think, I'm not positive on this, but I'm pretty sure it has a cooldown effect, which I'm not in love with. In the Twitch stream, I remember seeing a person like crouching and moving forward, and he was a hunter, so I'd imagine he's trying to Fade Step, but he's out of Fade Step, so he can't do that because he's on his cooldown. Which, I don't know, I was hoping that you'd be able to like shoot, like shotgun some heavy boss enemy. He'll go for like a ground pound attack, you'll roll, reduce damage, and then shoot him again, and then just keep being able to roll and dodge his attacks based on you rolling. But maybe that's not the case, or maybe I'm missing it, I don't know. But hopefully that it's not on a timer, because that would be annoying. It'd be stupid. In PvP, of course, that would make sense, because it would be annoying if someone's just like, whoop, 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 just like parrying behind you. On a tiny rant, the Sunbreaker looks stupid good. Like, really good. Not that I'm like, you can have a powerful class, but like, legit, I thought, my understanding was that Hunters were supposed to be the DPS of all the classes, and then the Warlocks were supposed to be the utility, and then the Titans were supposed to be survivability. Like, you know, dropping an orb, or, you know, being able to punch someone and getting a shield or something like that. But apparently Sunbreakers just take all the marbles, and they are the fastest Titan, because they have that jump glitch that propels you forward. They have a bunch of resistances by you getting a flame shield and all that shit. But on top of that, their freaking hammers do so much damage. Like, it's a golden gun, and they can throw like 15. It's crazy. Like Titans, okay, if you've ever played Borderlands, you know that one character out of all of them was so overpowered, but never ever got patched, along with everyone else getting nerfed to shit. His name's Salvador, and he's a midget asshole who's super powerful. I don't got anything about like little people. I'm sorry if that made it sound like that. But anyways, I hated that so much. Krieg was the best. So was Zero. Gage was great too. Mai was pretty great. Okay, everyone was pretty great. Salvador was just a little overpowered bitch, alright? Oh, on topic of the strike, you know, the main thing that he showed, I'm happy with it. A lot of people were like, what the fuck? It's like 14 minutes? Despite them not noticing that they are over leveled. It's easy mode for the strike. And on top of that, the mechanics in the boss fight were more than any mechanics in any strike in Destiny to date. Everyone was like, this is such shit. I'm not dropping $40 for this. And I'm like, you're not dropping $40 for a fucking strike. You're dropping it for like 4 strikes, tons of new weapons, a new subclass, tons of new multiplayer maps, tons of new areas. And people are like, you're a fanboy. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm just a reasonable human being that is able to see things for the way they are. By the way, the Twitch chat was just a cesspool. Like, it was just the worst thing. Like, just like a bunch of 10-year-olds being like, this game is dead. I'm not blah, blah, blah. It's like, you're fucking relax. What's your point? Okay, you don't have a point. Okay, I'm getting away from you. You're gonna bite me. That was what it was like, reading the messages in the chat. Anyways, back again. See, I'll trail off. I always trail off. Anyways, you guys stick around for it, so I imagine you somewhat enjoyed or accept it at this point. But the other thing that was really cool is that is the weapons we got to see. We got to see a shotgun. A shotgun sounded really mean. The frickin' Omolon is like a squirt gun. I love the way it sounds too, because it literally sounds like you're firing an energy water. It just sounds weird. But it was pretty cool. As of the Warlock ability, it still just seems like it doesn't do enough damage. It seems like when you're dealing with any sort of elite or anything, you're gonna be fucked. Like you're about to get out of there. If you're dealing with thralls, then you're golden, but in that case, a grenade can do good. By the way, the boss encounter, like I said, was the most intricate one we had in Destiny, and it also seemed like really action-packed, which is what Destiny is supposed to be, an action shooter, so that's just awesome. Anyways, the one thing that I actually did not like, and the things that I thought that they kind of fucked up on, is one, they didn't show a lot of the hunter at all. Like the person that was controlling the cameras, no hunter action. Like that pissed me off because I'm hunter. For people who are like fans of Titans, you're probably fine. Warlocks, you're probably fine too. But people who like Night Stalkers are just like, dude, where's my love? We didn't get to see Shade Step that well. We got to see it off to the corner, like, you know, with Mr. Fruit's perception, you know, with like his side perceptions or whatever. But anyways, by the way, Mr. Fruit, phenomenal, amazing job. They did super well. Anyways, by the way, did not think he looked like that. So that was one of the problems I didn't like, is the fact that they didn't show the hunter enough. And then a lot of people, like, this was, I was annoyed by this, but then I figured out that everyone was annoyed by this. So I figured it would be worth talking about. And that is the fact that they teased the sword so much, which I actually enjoyed. I like them teasing it because I knew that they were going to show it. But they didn't show it in Mr. Fruit's hands, which is the guy who's playing Titan who had the sword. They didn't show us the actual gameplay of it. We got to see it looking through like a perspective of another person, which is what nobody wanted. People wanted to see if it was a third person or a first person view. I really hope it's first person. A lot of other people are consistent on saying it's third person. I really hope it's not, because I feel like that'd be a bit OP in Crucible. Like when you use your blade dance, sure you're gonna go into like third person, but that's blade dance, happens once in a blue moon. And that perception of that wide of a view is really powerful. Like being able to see everything around you is fucking important. So for you to have that, for you just to be able to switch to your sword, peek over a corner, and then move forward in like trials would be stupid useful. So I hope not. Like I keep trying to make things up in my head to say, they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna make third person, but they probably will. Anyway, so we didn't get to see that, and that was one of a lot of people's problems, is that we didn't get to see the sword gameplay. We got to see it. We got to see him blocking some attacks. That's kind of cool, but we didn't actually get to see him use it and how it works and how much it drains, you know, energy. You know, which is really, really weird. But for a person who plays Destiny and a person who's absolutely hyped about this new mechanic / weapon, we didn't get to see a lot of it. It was kind of like it's like when you're trying to feed your dog a treat and you're like teasing him, which I never do because it's an asshole thing to do. But you're like teasing him, and then you break off like a tiny little crumb and throw it in his face, and like, bitch, you spit in his face and you walk away. It's like, that's exactly what happened. Not really, but it sounded great. Oh right, and the things that people were, you know, shitting on the game for is just pretty much, I blew up at one point in the video. Not blew up, I got passionate and talked about it. But essentially, people were just mad about the fact that the strike was too quick. When people don't realize every fucking strike can be done in like 5 minutes. Me and Gaze did a Nightfall in like fucking 6 minutes. It was not even a joke. It was crazy. So that's not a new thing to Destiny. Like if you know the enemies that you don't need to kill, you can just run past them, open up a door as soon as possible, and as soon as you open up the door, it forces the enemies that you actually need to kill out. You kill them, you move on. It becomes a system in which you can kind of figure out what enemies you need to kill in order to progress, and then other enemies that you don't. So strikes have always been like 5 minutes, like something quick. A raid is something. A raid is a raid. A strike is a strike. They're very different. So that was something that people were bitching at, is the length of the strike, and also people were saying that it was like, oh man, it's just more mountains of health. Like, not really. There's tons of new mechanics now. We have a person that just berserks at us. We have another person with a shield, which is like, these are like, people just say mountains of health. They're elite enemies. They're not supposed to be like, hey, I can put up a shield, but look at my low health. No. You're supposed to, like, the mechanics are is that you're fighting 2 enemies at once. Both have a lot of health, because that's the point, is you having to whittle down this enemy. But on top of that, they all have mechanics, which people don't seem to be realizing. At least the people on Twitch, like the bad people on Twitch. Most of the content creators are like, okay, I see it. Other people are like, eh. Anyways, or the people I've been seeing. I shouldn't say that, because not everyone's like this, but I'm just saying that the people I've seen, the people that are talking down to certain things, I'm just trying to tell you guys why I think that's wrong. Anyways, so, like I said, there's tons of mechanics in the fight. Like, you have a shield, hit the mic, you have a shield guy, and then you have a melee guy, and then when one dies, it gains the abilities of the previous person. I'm curious to see if they still keep their main thing in nature. So for instance, if I kill a shield guy, will the berserker guy have a shield, but he'll be a lot more aggressive, or will it be like, because we've seen the blade guy die, and then the shield guy didn't seem that aggressive. He still kind of seemed like he was kind of meh. So it's kind of interesting to see. But it's definitely a fight where you got to get on top of that enemy, deal as much damage as you possibly can, and then get out. Because just so many things keep spawning, so you got to take care of them. And all around just seems chaotic, and I love that. I'm not sure how it's gonna play out, because it is a pretty big map, by the way. Like, it's by far one of the biggest boss fight areas I think in the game. Crowd actually, Fogoth may be pretty. It's the troll monster. That guy may be pretty have the biggest map, I think. But anyways, regardless, it's a lot of playroom to the point where enemies are a far enough distance away from you to where they can't just bullseye hit you, which is pretty good. But we still have one more thing to talk about, and the video is getting longer. So one of the things that I want to talk about is the fact that there was a Game Informer video that was released today, and it was wrapping up, I think, Game Informer's coverage of the Taken King, and the fact that Bungie legit was listening to a lot of the criticism and also how they generally took that. Now, at the beginning of the video, I mentioned that Luke Smith. Luke Smith in the video talks about how he's very he watches a lot of the Destiny stream videos, like Planet Destiny's a big one that he watches apparently. Broman, all those people. Probably they're the head people at Destiny, kind of like the people that are like the pillars of the community, I like to say. Anyways, so he talks about how he's like, he follows these people since the beginning of Destiny, and how I would imagine it would suck to be like, oh, I'm gonna go sit down after a long day of work and go check out some videos about the game I'm making, and then people are just like, this guy's a fucking asshole, and you're like, I've been watching your videos since like the minute you started making them. It would just be such a shitty thing to be like. It'd be like, imagine a YouTuber that you look up to or like or whatever, watch them, you walking home one day and them just calling you a shithead or an asshole or a bastard for saying one thing that could be taken out of context. It could be, again, my biggest thing with that Luke Smith incident is that it could be perceived in many different ways because we don't know the tone of the conversation at all. Like for instance, he could have been like, people will literally throw money at the screens, and like, that's just a jokey stupid clown voice or whatever. But I don't know, that was just my perception of that, is that there could be many different ways people could perceive things just based on vocals, or just the mood. Like if you're the person that jokes around a ton and is not serious or is very serious and likes to get to the point, then boom, that's what I think Luke Smith was. But anyways, that's completely another thing. But that's just cool to hear that Bungie's listening and the Bungie's saying that they're constantly going to keep evolving, and the fact that they talked about how some people were just pissed about them nerfing their weapons and like taking away the weapons that they worked so hard to get, which to some degree that's true, but the other degree is that you need this. Like, you don't understand that the weapons that you work so hard to get are still going to be around, but it's just going to force you to get other weapons, which is the point of Destiny. It is a loot and shooter game. You can't just shoot, you need to loot. That is the point. But anyways, guys, that was just my little thoughts on everything, and also giving you guys up to date on some of the things that I loved so dear. Again, get all the information that you need just by watching the Twitch stream, in the link in the description, and also the Game Informer link to that video, because it's pretty good. Anyways, nevertheless, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, my name is Frost, and later, guys.